So you join me here at the stand, and we've just taken delivery of some kit from Ordinate. They've sent us some of the Bolin decoders, one of the Bolin PTZ cameras, and one of the controllers. Now, we thought that that's a great opportunity to do a live unboxing and see how well this kit goes together. Now, I've not seen this kit before. I know that we've got a D10 decoder in here. We've got some Ethernet cables. We have a PTZ camera controller, and we have the PTZ camera itself. So what we're going to try and do is set the camera up, hopefully get a PTZ controller working, and get a decoder running on one of these screens at the back here so we can take an image. So I'm just going to dive in, really. Let's try and start with a camera. So let's see what we've got. A slightly fiddly unboxing process, but here we go. So we have one camera. Now, let's power this one up. So we've got some Ethernet cable in the back. I'm hoping, yes, we've got power. So that is powered off of the Netgear switch with PoE++, so that gives it 60 watts of power. And that has come to life. So while that sorts itself out, why don't we start with a decoder? And let's see if we can get a signal off it, and then we'll try and move it about a little bit. So I'm just looking, we've got a PoE port on the back here. We can do a HDMI out, so the brochure was correct. Life is wonderful. So I'm going to just plug this in and see what happens. So I was just juggling which power ports we had on the switch. So this takes PoE++ as well. So basically I've got plus on one side, plus on here. So I was just juggling around my power. That's literally got an Ethernet cable, HDMI, and that is powered. So here on Dante Controller, basically I've got all my transmitters. So let's just work this out logically for a second. I've got a D220p camera. Let's take, is that the HDMI? Let's go into the HDMI of a D10, so HDMI. That says I've got a subscription. So I've got a feeling we might have a signal. I think it might be just the screen. Will, can I grab the remote, please, for the telly? Let's have a look, see what we can do. Because the TV's flashing yellow, so I'm hoping if I select HDMI source 1, are we going to be in luck? And just like that, we have got the camera in place. So in theory, I could talk down here, and here's an interesting one here. We can look at the latency. So if the camera's seeing the screen, you're basically going to see my lips moving through a microphone that's directly into our camera. So if I talk really, really phonetically, or hopefully we can see there's very minimal latency. So normally if it's the case, if you've got like a monitor speaker or something, it can be really off-putting. And I'm actually looking at myself on the screen, which is a little bit weird, but it's not off-putting, which shows the latency is scarily good. So let's have a quick play and see if we can go one step further. And it's not necessarily using Dante, this. Oh, let's move my mic wire. But we're going to use the Vista control, hopefully, out with this PTZ controller. So I'm just looking. We haven't got the luxury here of PoE. But if I move a couple of boxes out of my way, I'm going to reach around and just plug a couple of cables in and see if I can get some power to it. So I've got a series of 4 Ethernet ports on the back here. I've gone for one that says IP. I can't remember the last time I ever used one of these. Hang on. Is that working out of a box? Okay, that's impressive. So you can see, if I steer this, you should be able to see our cameraman Will here, concentrating hard. There we go. And literally, see if I can steer this up to see me. Zoom out. That's not a flattering shot. How high does it go? So you should be able to see me through the screen at the moment, and I think it's fair to say the latency is very, very good. I think this is the easiest kit we've set up so far. And I'm not to say that everything else has been difficult, but it might have been a case if we've had to open up like another application or something different here. All we've literally done is I've taken it out of a box. I've plugged some PoE in. I think the only thing I had to do was set the TV to the right source, which slowed us down a little bit. And we logged into Dante controller and routed the feed across. And there we go. So that's how easy it is to set up the Dante AV. So this is the AV Ultra with scarily low latency. So hopefully we're going to make some more content with this kit, have a real good play with it. But that's just a very raw unboxing video.